What is good, YouTube? Today I'll be doing Illumination's movie ranking slash tier list. And a lot of these movies are kind of mid. Like in the vast majority of all movies of all time, like the highest would be mid that they would go. But right now we'll be starting with Hop.
Ha! You're not getting it. I don't mean special as in everybody's special like we're different. I mean I'm really special. See?
Hop is such a weird movie. Like, it has a cool concept of a movie. A bunny rabbit that's a son that doesn't want to be the Easter bunny, but then it's just so convoluted, such a terrible CGI, so bad. Like, the plot is basically a son of the Easter bunny that doesn't want to be the Easter bunny. So then a chick that is like the right hand of the Easter bunny does nothing terrible, does nothing wrong, does absolutely nothing wrong, wants to be the Easter bunny, which makes sense, you know. Oh, your right hand man, the man you trust, wants to be the Easter bunny, and which is valid because your son doesn't want to be it. You know what? Why not let him be it? We know what the logic is of the Easter bunny. No, because you're not an Easter bunny. And I would like to say the Easter bunny does have a Mexican accent. Just letting you know that. So at the end of the movie, they defeat the chick because he's evil now. And you know what happens? Instead of letting the Mexican chick or bird be the Easter bunny, they let the white male be the Easter bunny, co-Easter bunny. But overall, besides that, it is just a really bad movie, not gonna lie. It's just terrible overall, like just really bad. Moving on to now, the Lorax. I'll be honest, everyone hates this movie. I personally like it. I think it's mid, but I personally like this movie. Not gonna lie, it is a pretty terrible adaptation from what the book was trying to get at, but it does tackle the capitalist take on industries and like how everyone is money hungry regardless of what it does to the environment. So it is good, and the plot is pretty basic. It's just it's like a kid trying to figure out what the tree is, and then it's like he finds I can't remember his name, like the Who guy, and basically he talks to him over time. He learns the story of how like the trees disappeared, and then like he listens, like he tells the story, and then at the end he the guy that's telling the story, he gives the little kid a tree, and then he plants the tree, and then the villain, which is like a short guy, he tries to stop him from planting trees because he's an oxygen company that sells oxygen. And honestly, he's a pretty good villain. He's all right. It's just funny his design, but he's all right. And the Lorax is pretty good. The songs are all right in this movie. Overall, it's a mid movie. Now moving on to Despicable Me.
Vector! That's me, because I'm committing crimes with both direction and magnitude. Oh yeah!
Okay, everyone, this is a hot take, but this is a near perfect movie. To me, I would literally laugh at this movie so much I'd almost like pee myself. It is such a great movie. Gru is such a great character. Steve Carell is such an amazing protagonist. I love it. The minions are good. They don't do too much in this movie, which I think is good, and which affects these movies later on as we go, which does suck. But you know what? It is fine. Despicable Me is such a good movie. It is basically about a villain that is trying to steal a moon, and also trying to balance his life of having $3 because later in the movie he adopts $3, and then also trying to balance, like trying to go after Vector and the moon, trying to beat him to it, and then also having the minions as well. It is such a good movie, such a near perfect movie. Like, I love it. And the Vector, the villain is amazing. Freaking like that one meme where like he's dancing on the moon. I love that with the freaking like rubber air helmet. And then also Gru as a character as well is so terrific. He goes from like a villain, you know, like not wanting to deal with the kids, to then like accepting to love them and everything. It is just such a terrific movie. Animation is terrific, but it is starting of a downfall of a franchise that we'll see progress later on. Now moving on to Despicable Me 2. Despicable Me 2 is mid. Top mid. I think it is fallen from grace of what has happened. Like, this movie to me was the starting of a cash grab for the minions, because like there's like the purple minions. Macho Man, I love him. Him as a villain is amazing, and how he died freaking flying off a shark while it's like strapped with grenades and freaking explosive with weapons on it into a volcano. Love that. But then also the story's all right. It's about Gru, like, since like he's like kind of less villainy right now, like in this movie. So like he meets his female wife, like, which is kind of generic. I can't even lie. Like, it is probably the most generic ever, but no, it is a good movie. I can't remember the female actress's name, but she is pretty good at this, not gonna lie. They do work together. I do like how like I guess the chemistry is there, I guess you could say. Also, yeah, the nacho hat, I do want that. The nacho hat does look really good. Now on to Despicable Me 3. Now let's go on to Minions. Minions, man. This, I think, movie is literally the definition of I have no plot. I do like the beginning of this movie where it's like the minions are transitioning from every villain and like how they kind of screw up every villain. I was like, wow, they literally killed every villain, like from Dracula to T-Rexes, I think to who are the other ones? I can't remember the other ones, but it moves on like from the timeline of like villains that they have like what like helped and then also did terribly wrong. Like the first 10 to 25 minutes amazing, and then after that it's literally just random actions that happens in a linear time. It's like there's really no plot. Like yes, and also the family. And I like the family they meet, where it's like they look like, oh, a happy, nice family, and then boom, they just end up to be like part of like a villain. But like honestly, it's not that good though. I gotta be honest with myself. It is like entertaining. Like this is something you can just turn off your brain and just watch it. But that is Minions. Now let's begin with Minions 2. It's a little bit better. I can't lie. It is a little bit better. It is pretty good because this time it's like less minions and kind of a little bit more leads into the Groot side of things. Not the Groot, the Gru side of things, where like how he became villainy, and like what happens is the minions kind of think they like, okay, so Groot wants to become like a villain, so he goes like to this team. I'm gonna call him Team 5. Team 5 of villains, which is like a chick, like two, like it's like a chick, a nun, some crab guy, and like they're like, oh, you're a kid, you can't be a villain. So then like he steals the ruby from them, and basically the plot is him running away with the ruby, and then the oldest person that got kicked out of the group steals or kidnaps Groot, but then later on finds out, oh, he's a cool guy, and then the minions come save him, and then at the end of the day, all of them team up together to go freaking defeat the freaking villains. It's just such a convoluted movie that is pretty mid. It is enjoyable sometimes, but same thing like this is just a movie where you just turn off your brain and then just stuff happens. Yeah. Now on to Pets. Pets, I'm gonna be honest, is probably below mid. Top below mid though, because it actually has more of a cohesive plot, but not as much as this. It is basically like a movie where the dog gets jealous because a new dog comes to town, like to the house, and then he has to learn to accept not being the only dog, not being the only loved one. And then like while that happens, you go on adventures because they get lost. I can't remember exactly how. And then the weirdest thing to me is that like the brown dog, like it's like, you know, has like a heartfelt moment where it's like, oh, my owner used to live here. So then they go to his house and the owner has sadly passed away. And they could have built off of that, you know, by like having a sad moment, you know, oh, I'm sorry, you know, they go like, they walk, like, you know, he's sad, he walks. But no, instead what happened, the dog gets pissed. The dog gets pissed at the owners of the new house for the old owner dying. It is like, what? They could have made that a heartfelt moment, but no, they ruined it, in my opinion. And the voice acting is all right, I guess. Animation, I mean, there's Illumination. I feel like they actually like did really well for the animation. Now on for Secret Life of Pets 2. So now on to Sing.
Where is my money?
Okay. Oh, listen. I just maybe kind of spent it all, you know? No, please, wait.
Sing honestly was pretty good. I can't even lie. Is this a great though? No, it's not a great. I love the song where it's like, I'm still standing taller than. Okay, I'm gonna stop singing it before I get copyrighted. But it is pretty good. I do like the cast of characters, like the elephant. She's stage fright, like she's stage fright. The pig is like an everyday mom, you know, like that has like really good talent. Same thing with the dad. And then the gorilla that like doesn't want to like follow the family business, so then he does his own thing and he proves his dad wrong. And then also it's funny how canonically the Seth MacFarlane mouse canonically dies at the end of the movie, which is hilarious. And the plot is basically just, I mean, it's literally just it's literally just a singing talent show. And there's like in between is just it is literally just a talent show, and basically like the filler of the movie is just pop songs and trying to trying to find out who's gonna be in the movie, and obviously it's gonna be the main cast of character that's in it. And I think the koala has like a hitman on him or something, like it's me like a deadline for like money wise. But there's like, I want to say really main villain in this, but overall it's pretty mid movie, not too bad in my opinion. And now on to Sing 2.
Your destination is on the right. On the right, okay.
Sing 2, I think it's mid. I think it's top tier mid. I think this is upgrade 1, more visual. It is more visually stunning. It is beautiful. But it literally is just this, but bigger scale. because now they're doing it with like a play. Like, it's gonna be a play now, and again, there's no real villain, but the villain is like a wolf guy that's like helping him support this thing, where like financially, but the catch is his daughter has to be like one of the main characters in the play, and later on they find out that she isn't really good. So then they have to find out a way to tell him, and he gets really mad. But then the daughter helps him understand that, like, you know what, I don't want to be the main character anyways. And then they get like some, like, I think it's like some like singer in this movie, and that's like the lion, and is like, he finds out like a way to like play music again because like his wife died. So since his wife's passing, like, he stopped playing music because it reminds him of her. That's really heartfelt. I do like that. Animation's pretty good. Songs are alright. Again, just full of just pop songs that are like of the time. I think it's what, 2018. It's pretty mid. It's alright. Now on to The Grinch. Whew, a little bit better than Hot, but I wasn't a fan. This is such a bigger flop since the Jim Carrey or the older movie, where it's like that actually had life. This does not have life. And then also, he like throughout the movie, he's like a pretty good guy. Like, there's stuff that he could do that could be that like make him a terrible person until the end. But it's like they like teetered on being him being like a good guy. So like at the end, he's like, oh, he was okay, you know. Like when he sees the reindeer, old Grinch, Jim Carrey Grinch, or the old Grinch would not give a freaking flip, dude. Other Grinches, they're like, I don't care. F the family, bro. They're like, you don't gotta have a family. This Grinch though is nicer in some parts, not all parts. Like, some parts he is nicer when he shouldn't be. Animation again is obviously stunning. Visualization's all right. It's just such a terrible movie. There's like not really that much to talk about. Okay, now on to Super Mario. Okay, this movie is great. Let's be honest. This is amazing. This is like, I love it. The plot is basically, well, Mario and Luigi basically get sucked into like a green pipe that leads into the Mushroom Kingdom. But sadly, Luigi gets sucked into, I think it's Bowser's Kingdom. And so he gets trapped by Bowser. Mario and Peach go on an adventure with Toad to get Luigi back. And then like on the way they meet Donkey Kong. So then they get help from the Donkey Kong Kingdom. And then later on, Peach gets captured. They go to the wedding, and then Mario and Donkey Kong go help. And then they go help. Basically, they escape everyone. Peach is free from Bowser. And then what happens after? They go into the real world. Mario and Luigi get the star. They beat up Bowser. And then Bowser becomes tiny. And then they have him in a cage. All of Brooklyn loves Mario and Luigi. And this is basically the end of the movie. Voice acting, or voice characters, was honestly pretty good. Chris Pratt was surprisingly well. I don't think he was perfect, but he was surprisingly well as Mario. Luigi was alright. Jack Black loves Bowser. If they ever make a sequel to this, they need to have Jack Black as Bowser again, if they can. Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, I liked. I don't know if people didn't like him. Surprisingly, like, out of everyone, he was the one person people didn't like. Animation, obviously perfect. Like, it wasn't just an amazing movie. The downfall of this, I think, was the pacing. It was a little bit too fast. Like, they never sat at one area. Like, there's some like amazing places in this movie, but like they were there for like 2 seconds and then they just leave. Also, Yoshi's in the movie, like at the end. I kind of a little bit during the day, like throughout the movie. Overall, this is a great movie though, and this is the end of my ranking. I hope you guys liked this. If you guys did, please leave a like and subscribe, and also comment down below what was your favorite Illumination movie and also least favorite Illumination movie. But bye bye.